So in this video we are going to talk about nomenclature of carbon compounds. Okay, so the question is, what is meant by nomenclature? Okay, nomenclature means naming something, okay, using a set of rules. Naming something using a set of rules. This you can see here in biology as well. Okay, in biology also there is a system of giving names to certain things. In chemistry, when it comes to chemistry, the importance is that there are a lot of compounds. Okay, a lot of compounds in chemistry, and if we start to give random names to these compounds, it will become a very big problem. It will be difficult to identify which compound is which compound people are referring to. Okay, that is why a system for naming was must. A system of naming compound became important. So in our world there is an organization called IUPAC. Okay, IUPAC. So IUPAC has given certain set of rules for naming the chemical compounds. Okay, so by using these set of rules we will name the compounds. Okay, mainly we are talking about organic compounds here. Okay, so the full form of IUPAC is International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. So this is the organization that provides the rules for naming the chemical compounds. Okay, so the name that we give to compounds by using these rules are also called IUPAC names. IUPAC names. So this is the worldwide accepted names of carbon compounds, or we can say chemical compounds. That is better to say. Okay, IUPAC nomenclature or IUPAC names. So there are also common names. Okay, for example, methanoic acid is a IUPAC name. Okay, methanoic acid. So that is IUPAC name, but it is also having a common name called formic acid. Formic acid. So the thing is, this is common name, this is common name, and this is IUPAC name. So if you don't know what is methanoic acid, when an ant bites us, it might inject this for acid. Okay, so like this, different compounds have different names. Okay, so here we will study about the nomenclature of carbon compounds. So I will rub this part. Okay, so now we need to name the compounds. So I am randomly drawing some structures here. Okay, these are some of the examples of carbon compounds. We are studying this because we are only studying this from a 10th grade point of view. Okay, so this is there in the 4th chapter of our CBSE science textbook. So only those compounds we will study. Those who want to study higher, you can look at the 11th grade book. Okay, 11th grade chemistry, there is further things. So our first rule is, so we need to have certain rules, okay, for naming this. So if you study these rules, it will become very easy for you. So first thing is, count the number of carbon atoms. Okay, count the number of carbon atoms and give a root word for the compound. Okay, root word means by writing that word we are building the name of the compound. Okay, that is the meaning of root word. We can also think about it like a base word. Okay, so if there is only one carbon atom, so I will write here number of carbon atom. If there is one carbon atom, then the root word is meth. Okay, so similarly I will write the root words. So I have given here all the root words. Okay, so if I can quickly go through first one. Okay, if there is one carbon atom in our compound, then the root word we should give is meth. Okay, then 2 means eth, then prop, then bute, then pent, then hex, then hept, then oct, then non, then dec. Okay, 7 means hept, because some of these names is coming from the shape of sides. Okay, shape of some of the things from max. For example, if there is 5-sided diagram or a structure, we will call it pentagon, right? So here 5 means pent. So hex, 6 sides means we will call it hexagon. So hexagon here, like that. Okay, so this is the first thing that you need to do. Okay, so with this knowledge itself we can write the name of some of the compounds. That means we can write the root word in the above case. So look at the first compound. So this is the first compound. Here there is only one carbon atom. Okay, so its root word will be meth. This is the second compound, so its root word will be eth. Okay, we will write it. Okay, after studying the second and third rule, we will be easily able to write the name of all these compounds. So now listen the second rule. So the second rule is check whether the compound is having single bonds. Okay, all single bonds, double bonds, or triple bonds. Okay, so check whether the compound is having single bonds, double bonds, or triple bonds. So if the compound is only having single bonds, okay, see, don't forget, if a compound is having only single bonds, that will come under the category of alkanes. Okay, don't forget that. Also, if it's something is having double bond, I'm not talking about the compound should have full double bonds, not like that. Either it can have even one double bond, that is also enough, okay, to consider it in another group of compounds called alkenes. Okay, alkenes. If there is a triple bond, okay, in a compound, it will come under the category of alkynes. Okay, so if you don't know triple bond or double bond, I will tell you. See, double bond means it will be like this. Okay, between two carbon atom. So this is double bond. Sorry, this one was single bond. So this is double bond. Okay, two lines represents double bond. 3 lines between two carbon atom represents triple bond. Okay, so the main change here is, if you observe alkane, so here the change is, okay, I will change the color, ANE. Okay, ANE. Okay, here you can see an ANE. Here there is one ENE. Here there is a YNE. Okay, so what is our second rule states? Check whether the compound is having single bond, double bond, or triple bond. And okay, and what you want to do is, and if the compound is alkane, okay, so if the compound is alkane, so our first thing, if the compound is alkane, add ANE, okay, to the root word. So that is easy. So add ANE to the root word. If our compound is alkene. Okay, ene. Second one, add ene to the root word. Okay, add ene to the root word. If our compound is alkyne, okay, add yne to the root word. Okay, why? So I will highlight it. So what we need to add ane or ene or yne according to whether our compound is alkane, alkene or alkyne. Okay, so that means single bond, double bond or triple bond. That is what we need to look. Okay, so there is also a third thing. Okay, with these two things also we will be able to name a number of compounds. Okay, but there is also a third rule. Okay, that is compounds having functional group. Okay, so before going to that, we will look at some of the examples. Okay, because by using the first two rules itself, we will be able to name some of the compounds. So our first thing. So look at this compound, the first compound here. So this is our compound, right? So what is the root word for this? Yeah, it is meth. Okay, meth. Why? Because there is only one carbon. If there is one carbon, then the root word is what? Meth. Okay, that is why meth. Now look at the whether our compound is alkane, alkene or alkyne. Always understand meth will always have, meth is only present in alkane. Okay, that means to this category, our first category, this one. Okay, this one. So our first category. So let us write, after writing this root word, we need to write ane. So our compound name is methane. Okay, now look at the next compound. What is the number of carbon atom in it? Yes, 2. 2 means what is the root word? Eth. Yes, eth. Now look at whether our compound is having any all single bonds, or if there is any double bond, or if there is any triple bond. Yes, I think you guessed it correct. Our compound is having a double bond. So double bond means we need to add here, we need to add ene. Okay, ene to our root word. Okay, so the eth is the root word, then we will add ene. So our this compound is ethene. Okay, ethene. Now look at our third compound. So this is the third compound. So how many carbon atoms are there? Yes, 2. 2 means what is the root word? Yes, eth. Now look at whether our compound is having single bond, double bond or triple bond. Yes, it is having a triple bond. Okay, so if it is having triple bond, what is the root name? Sorry, what is the name we need to give? What is the word we need to add? We need to add yne to the root word. Okay, yne. So we will write, so one second, we will write eth plus yne. Okay, if you forget, you can use this plus. Okay, then combine and write. So that is equal to ethyne. Here it was eth plus ene. Okay, in the first case it was meth plus ane. So that also you can use. You can initially use this plus sign and combine the words, then you can combine it. The fourth one is having a functional group. So we can also study a third rule. Okay, a third rule to name all compounds having functional group. Okay, that will be a little lengthy, but we can do it. Okay, so our third rule is, if our compound is having a functional group. Okay, So I have discussed about functional group already. You can check out that video. Okay, some of the major functional groups that we are studying in 10th grade. So if there is functional group present, then we will add some prefix or suffix to the name of the compound. Alright, okay, according to the functional group present. So now, so let us look at some of the functional group and study the naming. So the first one let us take as, so I will write it a star, halogen. Okay, halogen functional group. So halogen functional group is having fluoro, okay, chloro, bromo, or iodo groups. Okay, so this is basically fluorine, this is fluorine, this is chlorine, this is bromine, this is iodine. If these are substituted to a compound, for example, like this, okay, so this is chlorine substituted. So if it is something substituted like this, we'll call them halogen functional group. So they are having a, so for them it is prefix. Okay, for halogen functional group it is prefix. So it can be either prefix or suffix. In this case it is prefix. Okay, so I'll write here prefix. So the prefix is, if there is F substituted, we have to name it fluoro, FL, fluoro, then chloro, then bromo, then iodo. Okay, so these are the prefixes that we need to give if this is present. Okay, so let us do what the first example. So look at our first compound. What was our first rule? Okay, or the first thing to do. So this is the first thing to do. Okay, the rule number 1 is the first thing to do. Second thing to do is check whether it is alkane, alkene, or alkyne. Third one is functional group. The thing about 10th grade is that you will only get functional group substituted to this alkanes. Okay, only functional group substituted to alkanes you will get. Don't forget this point. Most of the time in 10th grade you will only get functional group substituted to this alkanes. Okay, so don't forget that. So most of the time you can just write the root word and write ANE, because most of the time functional group substituted to alkanes only will come. So we can name these compounds. 1 carbon. Okay, only 1 carbon. So basically our compound is, root word is meth. And as I have already told you, when there is meth, always it is an alkane. So basically our compound is a methane. Now the thing is, there is a chlorine substituted, so we have to add this prefix. Okay, so if we add the prefix, then we will get, so prefix should come before the name. Okay, so it will be chloromethane. So I will write it once more, chloromethane. Okay, so that is the name of our compound, this compound. That is the fourth compound. Fourth compound is chloromethane. We can also write some more examples of compounds. Okay, I will draw some compounds. Okay, now take a second and think about the name of these two compounds. Pause this video and you yourself predict the name of the compound. Okay, now I will answer. So look at the number of carbon atoms. So that is our first step. Our first step is our first rule. We need to find the root word. So look at the number of carbon atom here. 2. 2 carbon atom means what is the root word? Yes, it is eth. So I will write eth. Plus, second thing what you need to look is, you need to look whether the compound belongs to alkane, alkene, or alkyne. So look at here, between carbon atom there is only single bond between carbon atoms. Okay, then that means our compound is basically what? An alkane. So ethane is our word. Okay, but the thing is that there is a functional group substituted, so you have to write chloro before this ethane. So we will get chloroethane. Okay, so that is the name of this compound. Now come to the second compound. See how many carbon atoms are there? 3. 3 means what is the root word? Yes, prop. So you have to write prop. Plus, Look at the bond between the carbon atoms. Yeah, only single bonds, right? So basically our compound is a propane. Now the thing is, one F is substituted. F means what is the, look at here, look at here, look at here. Okay, so F means we need to write fluoro. So our compound is fluoropropane. Okay, that is the word. So when you are writing the name, you have to write it like a one word. Okay, just single word, don't leave gap between. Okay, just for your understanding I have drawn it. So once you get the name, just rewrite it as one word. Okay, and you can use like here you can write it like this: capital letter for the first letter is fine. Okay, but don't give capital letter like this. That's not a good practice, that is wrong. You have to continue with the small letters like chloroethane, like that. Okay, so that is about halogen containing functional groups. Next we will look at the remaining functional groups. Now let's look at the remaining ones. First one, alcohol. Do you remember the functional group alcohol? Look at here, it is OH. Okay, OH functional group means that is alcohol. So for alcohol it is actually a suffix. Okay, suffix is that we need to add OL, okay, to the compound. So I'll write the naming here for your easiness. So I'll write a heading like this, or I will write it here: naming for alcohols. Okay, so what you need to do is write the name of the compound, write the name of the compound. Okay, then name of the compounds means, for example, like methane. Okay, find the root word, then find out whether it is saturated, unsaturated, or means having single bond, double bond, or triple bond. So find names like that: methane, ethane. Okay, that is what I meant by write the name of the compound. Okay, so write the name of the compound, then remove the last letter E. Okay, last letter E, and add OL. So that is the naming for alcohols. So what we need to do, we need to change the last letter E and we need to add OL. So we can do some examples, then we will easily understand this thing. Okay, so some examples I will write. Examples. So these are some of the examples that I have written. So pause this video and try to find out the name of the compound. Then I will give the solution. Okay, so the solution is, okay, so let us start with the first one. So first one, our first step is identifying the number of carbon atom and getting the root word. So only one carbon in the first one. So this is the first compound, only one carbon. So that means meth. And meth will be always coming with ANE. Okay, so we can rewrite the name as methane. So we got the thing. Write the name of the compound. We got that. Okay. Now the thing is that remove the last letter E. Okay, so we have a E here. Okay, this is the E. Okay, and we remove the last letter E and we need to add OL. Okay, so what we can do is, so I have erased the last letter E, and what I will do, I will add OL. So we will get methanol. Okay, methanol. So this compound, first compound name is methanol, don't forget. Now the second compound, 3 carbon atoms means what? Prop. Yes, prop. Plus what we need to add? Only single bond between the carbon atoms, right? That means we have to write ANE. So you can combine it and write propane. Okay, so we got the name of the compound. Okay, propane. Now the thing is, change. Okay, here is the last letter E. Okay, change that E. So change that E. Okay, I'll rub this. Change that E and add OL. Okay, so you will get propanol. Okay, so the second compound is propanol. Now let us talk about the third one. So Here count the number of carbon atoms. Yes, 4 carbon atoms. So remember what was the name root word given to a compound containing 4 carbon atom? Yes, bute. Okay, and it is only having single bonds, okay, between carbon atoms. So basically our compound is bute plus ane, that is butane. Okay, butane. So we can rewrite it as butane. So our compound is butane. Now the thing is, we need to look at our naming. Write the name of the compound and remove the last letter E and add OL. So remove the last letter E, and what you can do, you can add a OL. So you will get the name of the compound, butanol. So the third compound is butanol. Okay, so if you find any difficulty, you just comment below. Okay, I will answer, I will reply to your question. So this is how we name the alcohols. Okay, similarly there is aldehyde, which is easy. I will do it now. So let us aldehyde. So I'll write the aldehyde. So do you remember the functional group of aldehyde? So aldehyde functional group means it will be like this: C double bonded to O and attached to an H. Similar to the previous one, here the thing is, here also it is suffix. Okay, other than the halogen, everything is suffix. Here the suffix is Al. Okay, now the naming I will copy. So here the naming is very simple to the alcohol, the previous one. What you can do is, you just write the name of the compound, then remove the last letter E and add Al. Okay, that is only change. Okay, so before it was OL for alcohol, for aldehyde it's Al. Okay, just that. Okay, now I will write some of the examples. You can try to name them. Okay, so I have given some examples here. Okay, all these are aldehydes, so try to name them. Pause this video and name them. Okay, now the name of the compounds is, first one, what was our first rule? Yeah, finding out the number of carbon atoms. So it is meth. So always with meth we will write ANE. Okay, now the thing is, remove the last letter E and add OL. Okay, that's the only thing. Sorry, AL. Okay, OL was for alcohol. So remove the last letter E and add AL. So what you get? Methanol. So that is the IUPAC name of this compound. Now come to this compound. Count the number of carbon atoms. 3. 3 means what is a root word? Yes, prop. Now look at the bonds between the carbon atoms. Just look at the bonds between the carbon atom. Don't look at between this carbon and oxygen. Okay, only between the carbon atoms. You have all single bonds. Okay, so basically then our compound will be alkane. So you need to add prop plus ANE. So you can combine and write propane. Now we got the name of the compound, but there is a functional group. So this is a functional group. So if this functional group is present, then we have to remove the last letter E and we need to add what? Al. So we got the name propanol. That's the name of this compound. So similarly, I hope you also got this one. So what it will be? It will be butanol. Okay, easy, right? So that is about the naming of these aldehydes. So I have drawn here the ketone functional group. So I hope you remember the ketone functional group. Ketone functional group means, see, there will be a C double bonded to O. Okay, and this carbon will be attached to two other carbon atoms. So this ketone functional group will not come in the end of the compound. Okay, it will come in between the, or we can say in the middle. Okay, somewhere in the middle only it will come. So the naming for ketone functional group is that we need to change the last letter E to ONE. Okay, so here also I have given. So that is a change. Okay, so I will write some of the compounds and you can try to name these ketones. Okay, so I will give some examples. Okay, so these are the 2 examples that I am giving you. So pause this video and try to find out the name. Okay, so I'll tell you the name. So ketone, the first ketone will be this compound. Okay, so you need at least 3 carbon atoms to get the first ketone. So this is the first member of ketone. Okay, ketone is not possible with the case of 2 carbon atom. So how we will name it? Count the number of carbon atom. Yes, 3 carbon atoms. So 3 means what is the root word? Prop. And there is only single bond between the carbon atoms, right? So basically our compound will be propane. We can combine and write propane. Okay, now what is our naming says? Our naming says write the name of the compound, then remove the last letter E and change it to ONE. So what we will do, we will change the last letter E and we will add ONE. So what you can call it? Propanone. So okay, so our this compound, first compound is propanone. Now look at the second compound. How many carbon atoms? 4. 4 means what's the root word? Bute. Okay, only single bond between the carbon atoms. So we can write butane. Now change the last letter E and add ONE. Butanone. That's the name of the compound. Easy, right? So that is how we will name ketones. Now coming to the last one, carboxylic acid functional group. Okay, so here I have given carboxylic acid functional group. So don't forget the carboxylic acid functional group. See, it is this. Okay, both way we are representing. C double bonded to O, bonded to OH. That is carboxylic acid functional group, and the suffix is oic acid. Okay, so 1 second. Okay, oic acid. So naming I have given here. Write the name of the compound and then remove the last letter E and add oic acid. Okay, that is highlight. So I will give some examples. Okay, you can try that. Okay, so I am giving you these 3 examples. Okay, these 3. Okay, so try to find out the name. First one. Okay, 1 second. This is the first one, second one, and third one. Okay, pause the video and find out the name. Okay, so now I will name it. So first one, only 1 carbon atom, so it's meth. Meth will always come with ANE. So we got the name of the compound, methane. Now what is the change? Change the last letter E to oic acid. So I will add oic acid. And E we removed. Methanoic acid. That is the name of this compound. Okay, so that is the IUPAC name of this compound. Now come to the second one. Similarly, we will get eth because 2 carbon atom. So there is only single bond between carbon atoms. So ethane is our root word. Now change the last letter E to oic acid. So ethanoic acid. Okay, so that is the name of IUPAC name of this compound. This ethanoic acid is also called acetic acid. Okay, and the first one, ethanoic acid, is also called formic acid. So that is common name. Now we are focusing only on IUPAC name. So similarly, what will be the name of this compound? Yeah, the last one. 5 carbon atom. 5 carbon atom means what? Pent. Check the previous table. Okay, pent. 5 means pent. Pent plus only single bond between the carbon atom. So basically our compound belongs to alkane. So our name is pentane. Okay, but the thing is that since there is this carboxylic acid functional group, we need to change the last letter E to oic acid. So our name of the compound is pentanoic acid. Okay, so I hope we have studied quite a few things about the nomenclature of carbon compounds. Now I will give some random examples combining all. So you can try that. Okay, you can pause the video and try that. Okay, so this is a collection of all the compounds, okay, we have studied throughout this lesson or throughout this video. So I have given 6 examples and you can try to predict the name of these 6. You can pause the video, go through your notes and check the name. Okay, so I will say one by one. You can, if you haven't done, you can just pause the video and do it. So I will name the compounds. So the first one, okay, first one is what? Propyne. Okay, I hope you have got that. Second one is butene. Okay, third one is iodomethane. Fourth one is pentanol. Okay, fifth one is ethanol. Okay, sixth one is pentanone. Okay, sometimes we will name these carbon atoms. Okay, so here we will name 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can also write it pentan 3-on. That is also fine, that is also correct. Okay, but in 10th grade we usually don't give these numberings, that is why. So pentanol. Okay, pentanol, iodomethane, ethanol, propyne and butane. I hope you got all these. If not, comment below or go through the previous videos. Okay, so that's all about this video. I hope you are clear with nomenclature of IUPAC, sorry, the naming of organic compounds, okay, especially in your 10th grade. So after seeing this video you should be able to name all the compounds that can be asked in your 10th grade. Okay, so go through the videos. If you have any doubt you can comment below. Okay, and next video we will do about drawing the structure of organic compounds. Okay, that is also good and that is also interesting. Okay, so thank you.